Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
All right, we're going to talk about something today that can make you feel better, change your life for the better. It basically starts with maybe a phone call and maybe an hour of investment of your time. You have not think about how much time you have in a week, and you could give an hour, right? We're talking about self-care. We don't take care of ourselves anymore. And one place you can do that is Above and Beyond Wellness Spa in Fenton, Missouri. So many great people over there. And we're going to learn what they do and more and go down that road of self-care. Sarah Hankammer is with us. Welcome, Sarah. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Well, doing well. I don't take care of myself.
No. I mean, we all fall off that wagon for sure. Guilty myself for sure. But it's so important. And here at Above and Beyond, we've made it really easy to do self-care and to pamper those that you care about as well. But it should be easy to take care of ourselves, and that's what we've really strived for around here. So
why do you think we don't practice self-care, or we stopped doing it since COVID? Is it guilt? Like we feel guilty that we're taking care of ourselves?
I think part of it is like, the fear, of going out and there's germs out there. And I mean, we're definitely one of the cleanest places out there. I'm a little bit of a neat freak germaphobe myself. So this place is immaculate. Read the reviews. It's funny, but I think people are a little afraid of that. But I think that's really starting to pass with everybody. People getting vaccinated and whatnot. So I think that was part of it. But I think it's also just routine. We get in the habit of not doing for ourselves, and that becomes the routine. And even though it's a positive habit, habits are hard to make. And so it's really just starting and maintaining something positive for yourselves, even if it's just once a month you come and do a massage, you come and do a wellness trio, you come and do a facial, all those things are going to have a much longer lasting effect when you are more consistent with them, not just on the outside, but on the inside. And, I think that's most important, although we all want to look great on the outside, but I think it matters most what's actually going on the inside, which actually affects what's going on the outside more than we realize. So we treat from the inside and outside. It's pretty awesome.
It's great to hear you guys are meticulous when it comes to germs and cleanliness. And I'm on your page, Sarah. People would make fun of me. This is way pre-COVID, but about hand sanitizer and all that. And then everybody started using it. I'm like, hey, welcome to my world.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, finally everybody's on my page. Like, what do you mean? You're just now starting to wipe down in between all your massage clients? Like, we've been doing that forever. Like, that's just sanitation. That's just gross otherwise. So
right.
Those are just good practices. Then yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
so we put that block to the side, so there's no excuse when it comes to sanitation.
Right.
What about those who don't go for a massage experience at a spa that often, and maybe they're almost afraid of, or they just don't know what to order? What do I ask for? Right?
Yeah, that's a valid point. There are so many different kinds of massage out there, and anybody who hasn't really had a massage probably doesn't really know what it is that they're wanting. And so that's why number one, we offer true time sessions. And what we mean by that is if you book a 60-minute massage, it's actually going to be, providing that everybody arrives on time, is going to be 60 hands-on minutes. We don't deduct 10 minutes for you to undress and redress like a lot of the other places. But most importantly, we're always going to have a consultation with you beforehand. No matter what type of massage you book with us, we're always going to have a conversation to make sure that we are understanding what you've got going on and what you're wanting out of this massage. So generally the questions tend to be more like, how are we feeling today? Do we have areas that are giving us aches and pains? Do we have knots and tension we need to address? Or are we just really stressed out and we just want to relax? These are going to identify for us as massage therapists what kind of massage techniques, modalities to incorporate to make sure that when you leave here, you're happy, you feel better, and yeah, your massage was well worth it.
Yeah. And communication is key. And Sarah, you just brought back a memory.
Yes.
Last time I had a spa experience.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it was, an hour massage at a nicer place. But
Sure.
this is what I remember. You go to the front desk, they walk you to the locker room, you change, maybe on a robe, you have your
Mm-hmm.
underwear on if you choose, whatever. Um,
Right.
have some water with lemon, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's like no communication. Like nobody talks. You're on the table, and I mean, I think the
Yeah.
only word was more pressure. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Sure."
That's
Yeah, and
mm,
there's got to be communication because you want to meet the client's expectations going
absolutely.
into it, and vice versa. So,
Absolutely.
and that could be on both sides. That could be on the person, getting the massage, being afraid to say anything because they're intimidated.
Right.
I wasn't. The person just didn't talk.
Right. I think that that is a good point. I mean, I don't know if that's just that practitioner wasn't reading the situation or um I don't know. I feel like there's
I
a
don't know.
healthy amount of chit chat that gets people, especially if it's a new client, comfortable with you. And then, you can just, as a practitioner, be quiet and the client can now decide if they want to chit chat. But your chit chat was all about the massage to make them comfortable,
Yeah.
instead of getting personal, which I think a lot of I've heard of a lot of, massage therapists getting really personal in the
Oh
chit
yeah.
chat. And we like to keep things really professional. We like to have a good time and we do care about our clients, but we realize that you're here for a massage more than anything else. And that's what we're here to do
Sure.
is relieve the aches and pains, leave you relaxed and de-stressed without a doubt.
You just brought back
Absolutely.
a memory that from way back. I'm talking like I don't know, like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I go for a massage, and the massage therapist and I started talking about relationships.
Uh-huh.
And then it got deeper and deeper to the point where she started crying about a
Oh gosh.
relationship.
Like how awkward is that?
Oh my
You're
gosh,
like,
it was.
I'm here for a massage, not your therapy.
Right.
Like as a massage therapist myself, I look at the session as it's our client's chance for therapy. So if the client wants to unload, that's great, but it's not our chance. Now,
Yeah.
I can understand if maybe you were sharing something about a relationship and she like chimed in with oh, I understand. I had a similar experience. Nice broad stroke statement to make you feel like you're not alone.
Sure,
That
sure.
to me would be like in a professional bound, sure, but like what do you do when you're the client laying on the table and your massage therapist is now crying?
It's
That's so awkward and
it was.
unprofessional. I would be so mortified
And
if
I
I was
feel I
you,
feel bad. It started out as a mutual, hey, we're kind of in the same situation right now, but then the
right?
car quickly emotionally turned over to here, but whatever.
Ooh,
But to your point,
yeah,
the person getting the massage really needs to kind of
stay
dictate
put.
what they want,
Yeah,
if they're into
yeah.
talking, if they're into, I'm in my
Hmm.
quiet Zen spot. How about the different types of massages? Like, let's say you're going to make an appointment, but you're really not sure whether it should be deep tissue, Swedish, like what those are the two main ones, right?
Hmm.
What's the difference between the two? I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I would say the most popular names are the deep tissue and the Swedish, and really I really defer away from calling it deep tissue only
Hmm.
because people get this idea that it's elbows
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fists and it's and you've got to be like hurting sore as a mother trucker
Yep.
in order for it to be beneficial, and that is not correct. Um, so I lean more towards therapeutic massage because it is deeply affecting massage, and there is deep pressure and deep tissue work in there, but it's not all elbows, forearms, and fists and just brutal. But Swedish is a relaxing massage. It's very calming. It's not it's light to medium pressure only. Certainly they can work out a knot here or there, but it is ultimately for relaxation.
Mm.
Is not for if you have, chronic pain, if you're, having some issue with your back or your hip or no, headaches, no. Deep tissue is more for like your athlete, those kind of people. Um, and then therapeutic is more for your everyday people, in my opinion, people who've had injuries from repetitious motion jobs, sitting at a computer for 15, 20 years, or driving a truck for,
Right.
10 years or what have you, being in a car accident, slipping and all those things. But different modalities. And at Above and Beyond Wellness Spa, we don't charge extra for deep tissue versus Swedish versus therapeutic versus cupping versus prenatal versus lymphatic. We
Hmm.
don't do that because we know what everybody would do. Everybody would book the cheapest massage, and then on that table would be like, hey, so could you go deeper? And we don't want to turn it into a haggle session. And we want it to be about your massage and not about, penny this and dollar that. That's just, so.
I'm happy to hear that because that
Mhm.
it adds to the confusion when you're looking at the
Yeah.
services menu and you're like, well, the Swedish is this price, but the deep tissue, well, it's a little bit more, but maybe it's better, but it's not.
Mhm.
It's
No,
what you want.
what you need, right? Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, we offer the raindrop massage, which is like a different kind of massage, and it uses like a very set specific amount of essential oils and vibrational tuning forks with it. It's a very different kind of massage. That is a different kind of price range, but that is a very different kind of massage. But other than that, all of our massage technique modalities are the same, prenatal and lymphatic and
Hmm.
deep tissue and therapeutic and Swedish. And we don't charge extra for couples. It's just the same price times two. So you can get a massage with your favorite person in the same room, or you can get a massage at the same time in a separate room too. That's fine. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, everybody's different. I never found the couples massage to be a thing. I don't know, yeah, everybody's different, but it's like,
Everybody's different. Yeah.
the other
Some,
person is laying there and it's like, I, the best you're going to get is like, how you doing? How does it feel? Oh, it feels good. Okay, great. You could say that at, later.
yeah.
But
Some people are quite funny. But yeah, I mean, it's, sometimes it's, best friends and moms
sure.
and daughters and
Point. Okay.
husbands and wives, and
Yeah.
it's pretty nice. But one of the things that we kind of stumbled onto, I'll say I stumbled onto it with Above and Beyond, was the question of like, what could we do or offer that would make what I do massage wise go further, last longer? Hey, if it makes my job any easier, I'm definitely okay with that too. And what I stumbled onto was our hydrotherapy soak, our halotherapy salt chamber, and the red light therapy, which all
Hmm.
together we call it the wellness trio. Just the tub and the salt chamber is our soak and salt. But doing those things before
That's me calling.
a
I'm booking my massage.
yeah, you're booking it right now. um, Doing those things before your massage is amazing, night and day.
Hmm.
I had some very happy guinea pig clients that were willing to be my little experiments, and let's see how you feel. I mean, you all know how you feel after a massage by me. Let's see how you feel if we add a soak. At the time, we only had the soak and the salt. Soak in the hydrotherapy tub for 20 minutes, and then 10 minutes in the halotherapy salt chamber, and then get your massage. And then that was round one. And then round two, in a couple of weeks, we did the opposite. We did the massage, and then we did the soak, and then we did the salt. And what we found was that it took my massage to a whole nother level. Their benefits were so maximized. They slept better, longer. They felt better, looser. They were less sore. What I
Hmm.
noticed when they did it before the massage was it took about 30 minutes off of my my breaking up tissue time.
Wow.
So instead of spending 90 minutes, I'm done in an hour, which, is
Amazing.
great if,
What a great idea. It's almost like taking a natural Xanax. Like,
right.
because you're
Yeah.
just, you've already call it the foreplay, where
Yeah.
you've already gotten to that zone where you're so relaxed, and then you get your massage,
Right.
as opposed to walking through the door. Oh, just traffic,
Right.
get in here.
It's
All right, where
amazing.
do I go to change? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, and the ironic thing is, I personally hate soaking in a tub. Like, I'm not a tub soaking person, but our tub here is like magical because it has, I mean, it's 6 feet long. So, like, really tall, big people can fit in it, which is awesome. I'm not very big, but, you know, it's not all about me, right? Um, but then it's got 16 jets to massage you, which is great. That's awesome. But the
Mm.
kicker is this pure oxygen tank that pumps pure oxygen bubbles into the tub.
Huh.
And that does three things. One, it keeps it sterile because I'm a germaphobe and,
Wow.
sterile's good. Two, all those little oxygen bubbles exfoliate your skin and plump up fine lines and wrinkles and, leaves your skin feeling soft and smooth. Who doesn't want softer skin?
Wow.
And then on top of that, all that oxygen gets absorbed from your skin into your bloodstream, which gets your blood circulating like crazy, which gets your lymphatic system circulating like crazy, which activates your metabolism, which is like the waste management system of the body. So while you lay there in 20 short minutes, your body is relaxing, detoxifying, and rejuvenating all at once. And in about 20 minutes, most people have absorbed so much oxygen that their body is literally buoyant in the water. Like, they can't sink anymore. It's
Wow.
kind of amazing. And just because of air quality and maybe respiratory issues and just aging, we absorb less oxygen out of the air that we breathe, which has an effect on our blood quality. And just like oil is the life of our vehicle, and if our oil is gross, our engine is not going to run very optimally. Our blood is like that for our body. So when you treat the blood, you treat the whole body and it can run so much better. So when you apply that to a massage and facials and, chemical peels and all that stuff, it's like, whoa, you're going to get such better results. You're going to feel so much better. I mean, it's great by itself, totally, but so much better together.
Lots of questions here. So the salt chamber is what I'm
Mhm.
thinking, where you
Yeah.
float, you're buoyant.
Nope.
Nope.
It's a
Okay.
different thing. Yeah. So it's a dry salt therapy. So this looks kind of like a old fashioned like phone booth, and it's got a bench in there. You just sit. You can wear clothes. You can disrobe. It's kind of amazing. It's prescription grade salt that is
Hmm.
naturally an anti-inflammatory, and it naturally kills 99.99% of all viruses, bacteria, and fungi, both inside and outside the body, balances the skin's pH naturally. So this is some powerful salt. And what happens is the salt gets ground into microparticles that are about 50 times smaller than the average hair follicle and then dispersed into the air. Now, in a booth, it only takes 10 minutes to get the particles per million for it to be medically beneficial. In a room, it takes 45 minutes. And that's just science. So I always tell people, like, be leery about a room that's offering less than 45 minutes because
Uh,
science says you need so many particles per million for a certain length of time before you're going to get those medical benefits.
so
So
essentially, now I got it. Now I totally got it.
breathe it
What
in.
you're talking about, like they call them salt caves.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Salt caves, salt rooms. Yes, this salt is so amazing. They're super tiny particles. You
Yep.
breathe them in. They're like dry sponges. And so when they land in your lungs, they land on little hairs and they start neutralizing threats. Bacteria, fungus, viruses, dying, everything, kills everything. You might experience some like tingling in your nose from germs dying.
Mm.
And if you have any kind of phlegm or mucus in your lungs, because the salt is like a dry sponge, it absorbs it. And then sometimes while you're actually in the salt chamber, sometimes, after you've left, um, your body is gonna get it
Right.
out, like Shrek says, better out than in. And I mean, it's amazing. It's like a toothbrush for your lungs. It just scrubs you. So it's
Amazing.
great for respiratory issues, allergies, asthma, COPD, emphysema, chronic bronchitis, cystic fibrosis. I mean, anything pulmonary, it's amazing. Seasonal allergies, it's great. Getting over colds and flus or helping to prevent is great. It's fantastic for aches and pains because it's a natural anti-inflammatory. It's fantastic for your skin, sunburns, surgical incisions, any kind of boo-boo of any kind. It's like amazing. It's great for psoriasis and acne, rosacea, eczema, all those skin issues. Like it's literally safe for nearly everybody except those who are currently going through chemotherapy, do not have their high blood pressure under control, and recently undergone LASIK, like laser eye surgery,
Sure.
within like 4 weeks. It's a no-go. But other
Got
than
it.
that, like pregnant women, babies, animals, you name it, it's safe. You could literally do it every day.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah. And
Increases your blood circulation, helps you breathe better, like kills all the germs, boosts your immune system. I do it every time I got to travel now. Flying on the airplanes and stuff. I mean,
hmm.
just get in there for 10 minutes and just scrub yourself because being sick is not fun. I hate it.
No, no. And
Yeah.
if there's something you can do just to clear yourself out, if you are, if you were sick, you have that residual, gunk. Um, Interesting. And a booth. So I mean, it stands to reason that
Right.
less time in there because you don't have to circulate the entire room. You
I
said,
like it.
Sarah, something about red light therapy. What's that about?
Mm.
Hearing a
So
lot.
red light therapy is really awesome. It's been around a little while, and it's been most popular lately with like the professional athletes, and it's all about it being the right wavelength, for it to do the work. But it's infrared light with near infrared light is what we offer, and these two different wavelengths affect the body on a cellular level. They affect the cells, the muscles, the bones, the hair. And I mean, it's amazing. What happens is it's basically recharging the mitochondria of the cells, which is where all the energy comes from. So, back when we were like 14, 15, 16, we had all this energy. We could go all day and all night, sleep for a couple hours, and then turn around and go all day and all night. Our body healed really fast from injuries. Our metabolism just burned crap so fast. Um, we didn't get sick as much. We didn't have headaches. We didn't have all these aches and pains. We slept better when we did sleep. Like all these things that we just attribute to getting older, a lot of it has to do with on a cellular level, our mitochondria, the energy level is low. So if you look at it like a power plant, we're recharging the power plant. So that's what the red light does, recharges that. And so what happens is the muscle is able to recover faster. It's fantastic for the, joint pain, whether it's arthritis or just, tight joints. It's fantastic for skin issues, uh, hair regrowth, brain. I mean, they're using it for skin cells for skin cancer to help heal that as
Hmm.
well. It helps produce collagen. So we have a whole body version where you can stand or sit in front of it, which is great because who doesn't want their whole body to produce collagen? So it's not just your face that stays looking young. So I mean, it's great for scars. It's great for stretch marks and things like that as well. And it's safe if you have tattoos. It's not going to mess those up. So I mean, it's pretty
Wow.
fantastic. It does a lot. It helps drain the lymphatic system. I mean, it's pretty multi-purpose. We had a client who had just burned her forearm trying to get some hot water at work, to make some tea. And she was our little guinea pig with it. And she came in and did four 10-minute sessions in a row, 4 days in a row. And I mean, you could not see where she had burned herself. It was unbelievable. And she was very fair skinned too. And I mean, it
Wow.
was wow, holy cow. Like, can we get pictures of that? Can we post that? Because amazing. I mean, it's great for acne, psoriasis, eczema, skin issues like that. I mean, it helps your hair stay, intact. It makes it shinier. Just so many things that it's really, really good for. So,
Everything you've said, I've heard that in different pieces, but I'm
mhm.
surprised that more people don't do it or more places don't offer it because it
Yeah.
is such a
One of
even
the one of the things that we didn't even know that it would help with was blood pressure, stabilizing blood pressure.
hmm,
No, I'm sorry, not blood pressure. Blood sugar. That's what it was. I have a client that's like on the diabetic level, and that was one of the things that she noticed when she started doing it was that her blood sugar was actually stable, and it was so beneficial that she was like, "Hey, Sarah, can I get the name of all that so I can buy one for my house? Because I think I need this every day,
yeah.
like literally every day." And sure, we use the same panels that the Cleveland Clinic uses. And I figure if it works for them, they should work for us. So why
Amazing.
not?
You guys really are on the forefront of true wellness
That's what we're
over.
working towards.
Yeah, and it's not just a spa, it's not just a massage place. It's
Mhm.
everything. It's like almost like a 360 approach to all of it. If
Yes.
somebody wants to learn more, maybe they have some questions, can they reach out to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys can call the spa at 636-492-2668. You can certainly go online to our website and go to fentonspa.com, and that'll take you to our website. We've got a Facebook page, Above and Beyond Wellness Spa. And then, of course, you can check out our Google page as well, our Google business page. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys are doing great stuff and right back to self-care. Why wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You
Oh my
know?
gosh, yeah. One of my favorite things that we created was a gentleman's facial because I realized it dawned on me that men don't get facials like they should. And one thing that makes our gentleman's facial so fantastic is we use the hydrofacial machine, which is like it's a tool, and like men love machines, they love tools. This thing is so cool because it uses gentle suction with water and oxygen and serums to like clean and suck out all the good dirt, oils, and crud out of your. It's so effective. I
Mm,
mean, every man that has come through and gotten our gentleman's facial has been like, wow, that was amazing. And they're like, yeah, okay, I like facials now. That's not girly. That is the most manly facial I've ever had. And we also get into like, facial hair. So if a lot of places, if you have facial hair, they just skip that part of your face, which is tragic, I think, because the skin under your facial hair
oh
is
my gosh, yeah.
exceptionally sensitive and needs some TLC. So we designed things that we could do for those that do have facial hair. And man, it's definitely a hot commodity for sure.
I got to
So
tell you, I'm in the New York area and I
you
don't
come to
hear
St. Louis,
you guys
definitely.
have stuff that I'm not hearing about anywhere else. So
That's
bravo.
crazy.
Yes, it's
That is.
especially right down to red light therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to search for a while to find that along with everything else and your approach. We're
That's
just
wild.
about out of time, but I want to tell everybody above beyondwellness.com
Mm-hmm.
is your website and
Yeah.
take some time out for yourself. Talk to Sarah. You got to, because if you're not feeling good, you can't take care of others and feel good for them as
Absolutely.
well.
Can't pour from an empty cup. Isn't that the saying? You got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's so
exactly.
true.
When you're on the plane, you put your mask on first.
Right, right.
Then
Absolutely.
others. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
When you get off the plane, you come here and do a salt session to boost your immune system.
or if you're
So,
germaphobes like Sarah and I are, we'll do that before we get on the plane.
absolutely.
Sarah, great having you with us, and I really appreciate all the info and also Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. Absolutely. Make it a good one,
Yep.
Don't be hard on yourself if you set goals and then don't follow through. Just tomorrow's a new day. It's all good. One day at a time.
Yep. Live now and feel good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Look forward to talking next time. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.